Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the first Kiwanis Connection 2026. That's right, 2026. Unbelievable. I'm Aaron Phillips, coming to you from the warmth of my studio in Virginia Beach, and dry studio, I might add. And of course, Doc Val, who is in the most beautiful ray sunshine, and she's in her car on her way to Sacramento. Looks like it's drying out from all the rain that we saw on TV yesterday. How are you, Doc Val? Happy New Year.
Aloha. Happy New Year to you, too. I am thrilled to say that no rain today. We've had, over the past couple of days, about 6 inches of rain in our area.
Wow.
And in Pasadena, it was soaked. Oh, my gosh,
yeah.
It was soaked.
Saw the parade, most of it. We recorded it, and then I went back to watch it, and man, all that rainfall, and I just felt so bad. But a lot of people, looks like they stayed in the stands from what they showed on TV, from the TV angle at least, where the main stands are. Some of the floats, you could see that some of the color wash was starting to wear down a little bit, but that would be expected. But they all still showed very well.
Absolutely. One of the things that was amazing, especially for the Kiwanis float, was that it actually looked like the hippos were coming out of the water. And so it just added something to it.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was actually going, oh, okay, this is to our advantage. And very rare do we get advantages like that.
Yeah, for
when
sure.
we're watching the floats.
Hey, we want to thank everybody for tuning in today on the first Friday of January of 2026. Again, we want to acknowledge that this show would not be possible if it weren't for the likes of bookvending.com, Comfort Care Virginia Beach, and Different Strokes 757. All Kiwanians, all supporting Kiwanis Connects. And of course, you can chat with us. I've got the Facebook chat room open on my phone. John monitors the YouTube video, so you're welcome to check all of that out. And I do want to remind you, if you go to the Facebook post on my personal page for the show, because I do post our promos, Doc Val, on WVBV TV Virginia Beach on Facebook. I post them, of course, on our show page. But because I have a lot more connections on my personal page when I post it there, in each of the promo pictures that I put up for our sponsors and for our YouTube channel and for our golf tournaments, I put all the links in the comments box. So if somebody wants to sign up for the Kiwanis Rose Flow Golf Tournament, hint, all they have to do is pull it up on my Facebook page, go to the logo, and then upper right-hand corner, when the picture comes up, the link is right there. So the same thing for all that. So that's brand new. Of course, if you miss all the details, you can watch us on the replay video here on Facebook and YouTube. And then Sunday mornings at 8 a.m., dbtv.tv. All of our Kiwanis Connect shows re-air on the David Bruner TV network as well. So we are all over the place. Our boosts are starting to pick back up again. I figured out a little advantage to the troubles that Facebook has been giving me. It's good to have split personalities. I'll just leave it at that. And so I think that's all that we got to listen, folks. We got a busy show today. Of course, we're going to have Val's Wow Moments, Val on the Road. We have Mental Health Moment with Melissa. I have New Year's themed bad dad jokes to wrap up the first show of 2026. But of course, we're going to have a plethora of guests running in and out of here at some point. So Doc Val, why don't you share with who we are expecting sometime during the hour today?
Well, we reached out to several of the people that were on the float and had the opportunity to go down Colorado Boulevard. And this year it was a very interesting trip because they were in the last quartile of the group. They were right behind the amazing America 250 float, which meant that they were the second to the last float of the whole event. That means sitting on the float for over 5 hours.
Yeah. Why do we always seem to have our float towards the end of the parade every year?
Well, we don't. It just feels like that. Okay. Each year you're in a different third. So since we were in the last third this year, we'll be somewhere in the first third next year. And so my hope is that we will be close to first, because we haven't been close to first in a very long time. And so I invited our governor and his wife. I invited the international president. We had a couple of writers that really surprised me, because we had Jeremy Real, who is all the way in from Florida. and Martin Cizik, Martin, I know I'm butchering your name, and I apologize. Martin came in from New Jersey, and that's because Lee Kuan Yew decided to invite some folks that were the top membership getters last year. So they were distinguished governors in their districts, and they also happen to be friends of mine. So
Ah,
it made the visit fun.
right on. Well, that's good. And I like the idea that Lee thought about it as, recognizing membership growth within Kiwanis to have those governors take their seats. Hello, Douglas. Hello, Mr. Andy out there. By the way, kudos and great news about Andy. So Andy, so happy to hear that things have cleared up 100%. So that's great news to start off 2026. All right, we do have a lot to do today. None of our guests are in as of yet. So Doc Val, where would you like to proceed as we get today's show rocking and rolling?
Well, I would love to start with the fact that we put out a beautiful float, and that float, I had an opportunity to be in the float barn on Sunday and Monday, helping out with everything that's going on and doing a lot of filming. And we got some really great insider information. And so as we were looking around in the barn, I'm not sure many people have seen Greg Heath, but they have seen his work on one of the award-winning floats. It was the Bob Hope Humor Award float, had a
Yep.
great big gigantic bee, and
My
Greg.
camera just got possessed.
Oh no. But that float was one of the award-winning floats, and
I did
Kiwanians had the
notice.
opportunity.
I do remember that Bob Hope float.
Yep, it was absolutely gorgeous, and so that was one of the things that made it very exciting. Of the awards given out on the yesterday, I keep thinking yesterday was so far away
I know.
in time. But actually, 8 of the floats that we worked on all were received awards, which is huge.
Yeah. The obviously our own Kiwanis float, but Trader Joe's was one. The Rotary float was another one, right? So yeah,
The Lions Club won Volunteer Float of the Year, and we actually do help on the Lions Club float. And so we get a chance to partner with them, and that's one of the big things that happens behind the scenes at the Rose Parade. Most people go, "Why do we spend so much time on this darn Rose Float thing?" And it's because there are over 65 million people that have the opportunity to watch this parade, and they see Kiwanis. And this year, somebody really special popped up in the barn, and I wasn't there.
Oh no, who was it?
Craig Melvin from the Today Show.
Yeah, I heard him yesterday. He was new to the team. He had an opportunity to introduce Magic Johnson to kick off the parade. But yeah, he was talking about how he was there with his son and went to the barn and saw some of the floats being worked on. He did talk about that.
But you know what makes him really, really special to us?
What's that?
He is a past Key Club International president.
No way.
Yes, so he met with the Key Club International president and also the Circle K International president, and so they had buddy time and reminiscing. And Craig is been very, very active, because last year was the 100th anniversary of Key Club,
right?
And he hosted the kickoff event for that. So I'm still trying to get Craig on the show.
Okay.
Because he has a lot of insight on how just being a Key Clubber and being part of the Kiwanis family changed his life.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, that'll be really cool. That'll be really cool. Maybe you send him a link and he'll come out and golf with us in March, right?
Yes.
All right, that'll be cool.
You got to ask, right?
That's right. That's right. Sounds good. So do you guys have it? Do you have any numbers? I know nothing's official yet because it's been too fast after the parade, but are any particular numbers you want to share with us in terms of either number of volunteers or whatever categories of support that you can share with our viewing audience?
Absolutely. One of the things that I have to be really careful about, and I discovered that when I had my come to Jesus moment with the Phoenix Decorating Company, is there's some proprietary things and there are things that I can definitely share.
Okay.
And we are really fortunate that there were over 400,000 volunteer hours
Wow.
invested in all of the floats over the last month. And so
400,000.
we think about 400,000 hours. And that includes all of the Kiwanis hours. That includes it's an organization called Pedal Pushers,
Okay.
um, which are master gardeners and professional folks that come in only to work on floats. And we also had our folks in from the Lions Club and the Rotary who were also volunteering in our barn. So it's an absolute, hands down, largest event of volunteer time that is recorded. It's really special because all of our organizations get together and talk about how to do service better in the world.
Mm-hmm.
And so, so it's not a localized thing. It's not like having club presidents from different organizations together. All four of the international presidents got together and really started talking about the challenges of volunteerism, the challenges of making sure that we all work together, not against one another. You
Mm-hmm.
know, there's always these old jokes that go around that they're trying to make go away, even though people say, well, they're kind of funny, which is, when we talk about how much better Rotary is than Kiwanis, or how much better Lions does such and such than Kiwanis, or how it's better to be in a room full of Kiwanians than it is blah blah blah. The jokes.
Sure. Yep.
And we need to get away from that and get towards we work well together and from different angles
Mm-hmm.
in the process. And maybe that's where the competitiveness can be, is how to actually make sure that we say Rotary is really good at bringing large businesses together to be able to provide grants to do things. Kiwanians can bring a load of Kiwanis Ohana together to actually do the work. And so those kind of things I think are really good. But I was so proud of our international president, Michael Mulhall, because when he met with the international president of Lions, international president of Rotary, he really talked about the tides of service. And at this point, we really need to make sure that we're making waves out there. We all need to be doing hands-on service.
Sure.
It's not just throwing money at things anymore.
Okay. Doc Val, I'm going to hold you up right there. John, let's take a break early because we have some of our guests starting to pop into the green room. Doc Val, we have Becky Harris and Vanessa McClary getting ready to pop in. So let's take a quick break. John can get them set up on camera. So we come back. If you'd like, we can have both of the ladies ready to go after break. How's that?
Sounds awesome.
All right. You're watching Kiwanis Connects. We got a lot going on, a lot of guests coming right after break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
2 out of 3 kids in America can't read at grade level, and without help, many will never catch up. In a world of screens, short attention spans, and endless distractions, getting kids excited about reading has never been harder. That's where Kiwanis Club steps in. Through Inchi's bookworm vending machines, kids earn tokens for positive behaviors, achievements, kindness, and more, and use them to pick a book they just can't wait to read. Every book is a child's to keep. Every book builds a personal at-home library, and every page sparks curiosity, confidence, and lifelong learning. Your club can make it happen. Let's put more books and more smiles into the hands of kids who need them most. Together, we can change the story, one book at a time. To learn more, go to bookvending.com/Kiwanis.
I wouldn't let aging stop me from being me.
Oh yeah, still got those moves in me.
I will be fabulous.
I will accessorize.
Comfort Care can help with as much or as little home care as you need. From medication reminders and meal prep to everyday chores and errands. Let us create your personalized care plan and find the perfect caregiver match so you can live your best life possible.
All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Doc Val is, well, I don't know what she's doing. There, she's upside. She's on a roller coaster. I have no idea what's going on. Well, while we figure that out, let's welcome our guest. We have Vanessa McClary from the Indiana District, and Becky Harris is here. Good morning, ladies, and welcome to Kiwanis Connects.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you for joining us.
Aloha. I'm so excited that you both are here, and I know that you guys thought that's our weird friend Val is asking us yet again to do something really bizarre, but you both had a different kind of experience with the Rose Parade that we don't ever really talk about, even though the Tournament of Roses is much larger than Kiwanis. It's much larger than the floats, and so one of the things is, Becky, you actually went to the game, didn't you?
Are you talking to
Yes,
Vanessa?
I did.
Okay.
So did both of you go to the football game?
Yes,
Ah!
I did.
All right, I'm not sure.
Yeah, Becky, can you hear us? Becky, we clear?
Oh.
Becky, can you hear us? Becky, yes, no,
I
Becky?
can hear you fine. Can you hear me?
Okay, so I see what the problem is. We have a delay. That's the thing. So, Becky, I'm going to ask you if you can
I
still
can hear you.
Okay, your video is frozen. So what I'm going to ask you to do, if you don't mind, if you could exit out and then reconnect again, that might help us with the buffering. There we go. She'll buffer out of there. Okay, so go ahead, Val. Take it with Vanessa in the meantime.
Well, and it's just like, so Vanessa, you weren't out for Kiwanis, right? What brought you out to the Tournament of Roses?
Well, first of all, every year I watch it on television, and I always say every year, I'm going to go to that parade one year because I want to see the Kiwanis float in person. So then IU ended up winning to come out to play in the Rose Bowl. And I told my husband, this is the time to go that parade. So, and it was everything I thought it would be and more. I just cannot believe how, first of all, just the floats in general, but the crowd, the atmosphere, and the rain didn't even matter. The rain was irrelevant.
Have you dried out yet, or are you still soaked?
We dried out.
All right,
Actually,
there you
it
go.
stopped raining during the parade, and I ended up seeing the Kiwanis float twice. It
Oh.
passed us like on the main grandstand area, and then I ran to get another picture, like on the backside. So then I saw it the second time.
Right on. All right, Becky's
Oh,
back
very
with us.
cool.
Becky's back with us, Doc Val.
Aloha, Becky. And Becky's experience is completely different because Becky used to be a part of the white coat crew. And so, Becky, how is this different from in the beginning when you used to be a volunteer with all these rose floats? I think we still have a delay with Miss Becky.
Well, the difference is I didn't have to stay up all night. And
That's funny.
can you hear me at all?
Yeah, we
Absolutely.
We can hear you. You're just not in sync with your video, so you just go ahead and do your thing. You just go ahead and share.
I don't know what to say.
That's okay. Go ahead and share.
Okay. I volunteered, basically volunteered. I volunteered to help drive the floats, animate the float.
Oh, looks like we lost her
Wow.
feed. So she's
It's
behind the scenes on the float of animation and driving and all that stuff?
Yes, Becky actually lives less than a mile from Colorado Boulevard. And so her family and her husband's family have been actively involved for decades in the
Wow.
whole Rose Float process. And so for her to join the Rose Float Club and this be her new focus has been amazing. And one of the things is I invited Becky on because Becky won a prize. In our district, what we do is we have a sweepstakes where you can win um, a tickets between the 50 and 40-yard line to watch the football game. And you can actually win
Becky,
grandstand tickets. I see her. And so, Becky, did you actually get to go to the game? Because I heard Vanessa went to the game.
I did. And I got to sit basically at the 50-yard line, right under the press box. It was amazing. We got to go to the tailgate party. We got parking right next to the Rose Bowl. It was really good. It was a great day.
Did you have a rooting interest for one of the teams, or were you just there to enjoy the game, Becky?
Be careful.
Vanessa, as a Penn Stater, I don't really care how she answers this question.
I have no vested interest.
So
I had no vested interest, but I was really glad Indiana won.
Yay.
all right. So Vanessa, did you come with the team or one of the bands or anything like that?
No, I came with my husband. So my
Okay.
husband was born and raised in Bloomington. And when we started dating 37 years ago, one thing he told me was he doesn't miss any IU games. So here we are.
I love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Do you think we can get you guys back out to come help decorate the Kiwanis float?
You know what, Val? It's funny you say that because I was just telling someone earlier, that is my next dream, is to come out early so I can help with the float. And I understand Kiwanis helped with, was it 8 floats this year?
Actually, we helped with 10 because there were 2
10.
extra floats that came in that they were so far behind that it was all hands on deck. And it was absolutely fabulous because one of them actually won an award in that process. And so I'm amazed at how much work was gotten done. And that's not even a correct word, is it? Gotten. How much work was done in such a short period of time. So
I do have a question. You were talking
Mhm.
about driving and the floats were animated. We were wondering how do they do that? Like the Kiwanis float, how was it moving?
So there's a whole chassis underneath there. So it's a full trailer chassis. And if you notice on Colorado Boulevard, there's a red line that goes all the way down the middle lane, all the way down Colorado Boulevard. That red line is what the drivers look at. And so because they're underneath the float, they're looking down on the ground. They can't see anything in front of them. There's someone talking to them at all times. And it is a full motor system. Some of it's proprietary for some of them. Even like the Trader Joe's is actually person powered. And so you might have noticed people pedaling on both sides of the float.
Yeah.
That they were actually pedaling and moving the float all the way down all 5 miles.
So is it kind of like when Batman goes from his car and pushes a button and then slinks and lays down to shoot like he bodies down like that? I mean, are these drivers laying on their bellies under there?
Some of them are, depending on the float. For our float, it's actually kind of a lean forward. And he can see in front of him. There is an open space. There's a grate that you personally can't see when you're looking at the float, but underneath they can see the red line, and they know how far away they are from other floats. And these people are amazing. It's like being in an astronaut capsule. I actually had a chance to sit in the space, and I can tell you, there's no way I could do that for 5 hours.
Wow. So they have brakes down there and they have gas pedal. Or is that what we're saying underneath there?
Absolutely. It's like driving an RV without a front windshield.
Oh my goodness. Who are?
Yep.
We lost Vanessa, although she must be on her phone, because that will generally happen if you're on your phone doing one of these, and if a call or a text comes in, it blacks out the screen. But no, I was wondering, because there were some of the floats I noticed yesterday were really low to the ground. There was the one with the squirrels who had the big slingshot and the nuts, and
Yes.
the little trailer of nuts was in front, and I noticed how narrow the main float was, and I was wondering the same question about the driver had to have been laying on their belly or something, because there's no high window. You know, it's not like a float from Animal House where the guy's sitting up in his car seat driving the float, you know. So interesting.
It's kind of like bobsled in the Olympics, you know, where they are on their tummy and they look up. For some of the floats, it's literally like that, and for some of them, it's like driving a video game. They're just a part of that whole animation process, and a lot of this stuff in the animation is getting more and more computerized, which I think is absolutely fascinating.
Eventually, they should just become remote control, right? I mean, in a way, that's what would probably be the best way to do it.
I'm not sure if that's the way we're going to go, because, you know, it's the 137th annual Rose Parade, and I just can't see them getting rid of some of those traditions.
Well, I mean, listen, there's a lot to be said for traditions, but if they're following a red line and who knows about insurance, I mean, who knows, you know? I was, as I was watching the game yesterday, there was an interesting fact that the Rose Float Parade, or the game actually, had a very different name than Rose Float now. But the game started 7 years after the first parade.
Really?
Yep. I was listening to, they showed pictures of what I believe was like one of the first games. But the parade started because the farmers and the growers of said fruit or whatever it was they were showing in the parade, they wanted to show off. So they had this parade for themselves. And then it was 7 years after the very first Rose Bowl parade, Rose Float Parade kicked off. That's when they decided to have the football game. And so the football game is 7 years younger than the actual parade itself. Just one of those useless trivia facts I have in my head that I picked up yesterday watching the football game. So,
and we have Vanessa back, and so one of the things that I love about the whole Tournament of Roses week and everything that's going on is it is that culmination of the actual football game. So, when I discovered that most people don't watch the game. And it was, I think it must have been so exciting to be in the stadium. I've been there for other kinds of games, but what was it like for you to be in the stadium?
The atmosphere was electric. I think when we kind of analyzed who was in the stadium, it was about 75% Indiana, about 25% Alabama. And with that being said, our energy was just unbelievable. And then the flyover was amazing. We weren't expecting that. So the stealth bomber flying over, we thought that was pretty cool. The confetti at the end, after we won, was amazing. And is everything we thought it'd be and more. Yeah.
That's amazing. I have a question for you, Vanessa. Are you a golfer? Your husband a golfer by chance?
My husband's a golfer. I'm not. I don't know anything about it.
Okay, that's all right. I was just curious. Val knows why I'm asking, but that's all right. I was just curious.
A golfer. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I think it's important that we make sure that we invite you and your husband back out. We have a golf tournament coming up to support the Rose Float because this is an expensive endeavor, and so we're the Kiwanis Club. So there's a Kiwanis Club for the Rose Float specifically, where we spend all year working with volunteers and fundraising so that we can get all those student volunteers to the actual volunteer site. Buses this year went up so expensively, and that's not proprietary. I gotta tell you, when you have a bus for 50 kids that costs $1,500, you can't ask kids to pay for that, and then also do 8-hour shift volunteering, putting flowers and all those things on all these floats. And so we help raise money for that. And so do you want to talk about that golf tournament really quickly with Vanessa and see if her husband wants to sign up now?
Absolutely. So Vanessa, we're currently scrolling right now on the screen. The website is Kiwanis Rose Float Annual Golf Classic.com, and The event is March 5th for the pairings party. March 6th is the actual tournament right there, right next to the Rose Bowl at Brookside Country Club. We have everything from foursomes to sponsorships to just golfing to hole sponsors, whatever it is. But proceeds of the event do support the Rose Float Kiwanis Club, which, as you know, Val mentioned, as you saw, the works and the support that we do to provide for the float. So it's Kiwanis Rose Float Annual Golf Classic, not only to Vanessa and her husband, but to anybody currently watching. We encourage you. We have a whole plethora of celebrity athletes ranging from Willie Galt to Kellen Winslow to Byron Chamberlain and a whole slew of others. You can go to the website. Everything is there. Kiwanis Rose Float AnnualGolfClassic.com is the website. So Vanessa, check it out. Love to see you back out there in March to come on out. And we are going to be making arrangements for some hotel, accommodations, group rates and stuff. So hopefully you guys will come out.
We'll keep that in mind.
All right.
Awesome. I'll send you information. So Vanessa, will we see you in Manila?
No.
No.
Sorry. I have way too much going on. I can't make it. So, but I'm sure you all have a great time. But yeah.
Well, it's just, I always try to figure out when am I going to get my next Vanessa hug and my Vanessa time. Aww. So I'm so sad that I missed you because I only came in for 2 days this time around. Normally I'm there from the day after Christmas all the way through the 1st at least. And any Kiwanian is invited. So next year, if you're talking with your husband, you're thinking about what you want to do, come on in. That's the time when it's really exciting. It's a real experience. We have the international president where we have a luncheon. And the luncheon will hopefully be at the University Club, where it's a lot of pomp and circumstance. And we invite during the year some of the past Rose Queens to come and be a part of it. This past year, we had one of the court that's a key clubber, which makes it a little bit more exciting than normal. Absolutely. And, we have in our history, almost every other year, there is at least one key clubber or Circle K member that makes the Rose Court. And it's because it's not just about how beautiful they are on the inside, but or outside, but it's also about the service that they do and what they do for the community. That's how they're chosen. And when you're a key clubber, you're doing a lot. Yeah, so,
I agree.
Absolutely.
All right, Vanessa, thank you so much for joining us. It looks like you're still in the hotel room in Cali, so enjoy the rest of your time there. And I got to be honest with you, I am rooting for IU. I'm happy they did what they did yesterday. So I got, even though they beat my Nittany Lions in the last second, but I'm going to root for them because I like the underdog story. So anyway, all right. Thank you, Vanessa, for stopping in.
Before I go, I just want to tell you I'm on my way to buy a bunch of your pens.
Woohoo!
So
I
connected with your committee, and she's going to meet me here in a few minutes, and we're taking back quite a few pens to Indiana.
Yeah. Is that Patricia Larrigan?
It is. Yeah.
Awesome. And I'm going to do a shout out. Thank you for mentioning her. Patricia Larrigan was one of the co-directors from the district to support the Rose Float this year.
Oh, wow.
And she and Caesar Milch knocked it out of the park. They were so organized. And so buy a lot, Vanessa. Buy a lot.
We are. We're going to get quite a few. All right.
All right. Aloha.
You guys have a wonderful day.
Thank you, Vanessa.
Bye.
Happy New Year. Appreciate it.
Happy New Year.
Thank
Go
you.
IU. Go Hoosiers.
Go IU.
All right. All right. We have Andre in the green room. Do you want to bring him in now, or do you want to take a break first? What do you want to do, Val?
Why don't we take a break first and then transition to our new segment, because I've been so excited about this new segment because over the past 3 years, isn't it hard to believe that we've been on the air 3 years?
Yeah.
One of the things people have been talking about is they love when we talk about service projects and service opportunities that are happening around the world. And so today, with our new year, we're kicking off that new segment of a spotlight on service. So when we come back from the break, it's going to be something special.
There you have it. We'll be right back.
Hey, honey, what you doing?
Getting ready to watch a game.
What about fixing up the house like you promised?
What you talking about?
Just the new light in the den, the new shower in our bathroom, the new fence around the yard, the front steps.
Stop! You know, I have a better idea. You know Craig down the street? He owns a company that specializes in handyman services, but he is more than just any old handyman.
Really? Would you say different strokes for different folks?
You know I will. You know why? Because he does home repairs and he does painting and kitchen remodels and bathrooms and everything else in between.
How are his prices?
Great value for great quality. You know, I think I'll invite him over and get a free estimate for all the things that I know will make you the happiest, dear.
Call Different Strokes Painting and Handyman Service for a free estimate by calling 757-395-9999 today.
That's 757-395-9999. Above the rest, they show up and show out by making your vision come to life.
I wouldn't let aging stop me from being me.
Oh yeah, still got those moves in me.
I will be fabulous.
I will accessorize.
Comfort Care can help with as much or as little home care as you need. From medication reminders and meal prep to everyday chores and errands. Let us create your personalized care plan and find the perfect caregiver match so you can live your best life possible.
2 out of 3 kids in America can't read at grade level. And without help, many will never catch up. In a world of screens, short attention spans, and endless distractions, getting kids excited about reading has never been harder. That's where Kiwanis Club steps in. Through Inchi's bookworm vending machines, kids earn tokens for positive behaviors, achievements, kindness, and more, and use them to pick a book they just can't wait to read. Every book is a child's to keep. Every book builds a personal at-home library, and every page sparks curiosity, confidence, and lifelong learning. Your club can make it happen. Let's put more books and more smiles into the hands of kids who need them most. Together, we can change the story, one book at a time. To learn more, go to bookvending.com/Kiwanis. All right. Well, Andre Lewis joined us. I was expecting to see Val's face, and then all of a sudden, there's Andre. How you doing, buddy?
Hey,
Andre Lewis.
how you doing?
Happy New Year,
Everything's going
my
well.
friend. You know, new year, new day, new show. You know how it all works.
Happy New Year, my friend.
So last time we chatted, you were overseas. Are you actually home now?
Yeah, I'm at home.
All right. Very good. Very good. Well, hopefully Val will join us, rejoin us. As you know, sometimes with Val, her internet connection is always a challenge for us. And she invited you to join us because we're kicking off a new segment, Spotlight on Service. And for those who don't recall on your previous visit, why don't you give us all like the 60-second reminder, your background, literacy engineers, the books, and what the special project is, the special book coming up for this year.
Okay, so my background, I went to the Air Force Academy. I was a pilot in the Air Force for 9 years. I'm currently a captain on a 767 for Federal Express. Been there for 27 years, primarily flying through Asia. Okay. I created my own publication company in 2005 to create books that inspire, educated, and empowered our youth, especially for those things that really weren't discussed in schools, from like anti-bullying, fitness and nutrition, and so forth. Well, over those years, I worked with several nonprofit organizations, such as I was the president of Rotary for my local city. I'm a member of Kiwanis. I'm a board member on the Red Cross for the North Bay out here in California. I still see the importance of service. So this latest book called America the Beautiful was an inspiration for me to talk about the importance of volunteerism within our youth. And like I said, being a key clubber, I thought this was a great way to kind of bring that back to the forefront and to encourage our mentorship opportunities through our youth from our high school level to our middle school and to elementary. So this book is a combination of us supporting our youth and showing how we volunteer across the nation, as well as talk about civic responsibility and patriotism to our country. It is just a beautiful, thank you to all the men and women that have served and all those people that are out there doing good work in our community that need to be elevated and highlighted. This is the book that we've done this with.
Absolutely. Doc Val is back with us. She paid the cop. Well, I mean, she's got her internet back on again.
Welcome back, Val. We're just getting started here with Andre, so take it away, Val. I just asked Andre to give a little recap
I'm
to the audience. So
Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. And I can't think of a better way to start our new year. Um, and so, Andre, I'm not sure you watched the Rose Float Parade. Did you watch it?
I didn't get a chance to watch it, but I saw the clips that you shared, and it looks like it was absolutely amazing.
It was phenomenal. And it's kismet because we followed the America 250 parade float.
Wow.
Yes. And so
Nice.
it was, to me, the most beautiful float I have seen in a long time. It had three eagles and a lot of symbolism, just like your book. And so to follow that, the very first thought was, we are doing the right thing by supporting you in this process. Um, and so one of the reasons why I wanted you to be our spotlight right now is because with the modules in your book, Kiwanis clubs can do different kinds of service projects with their key clubbers, their Circle K, their builders club. And so can you share a little bit about if we were to, if I've already done it with my club, but if a club were to buy these books and give it to all of their key clubbers, how can they use it for service? What are the kind of service projects that you highlight?
Oh, thank you, Val, very much for this opportunity. It's amazing. Within the book, we highlight 6 major areas of volunteerism, and that goes from graffiti removal to painting a mural, litter pickup, recycling, the restoration of a public place, clean water activities, and what we're going to do in my city, I've worked with our superintendent already and our local Kiwanis club, and we've already talked to the principal. We're going to have our kids and the high schoolers draw up a patriotic mural that we plan to paint in our city downtown. And the purpose is to have it children student driven, where they're going to come up with the design, and then we're trying to create an art committee to choose those top 3 designs, to have that one picked out. We have an artist already on board. We have a local businesses who has a blank wall that they're willing to donate for us to paint on. And then we're going to do this special kind of mosaic where each student can draw or paint a square onto this mural, so they have a participant opportunity to participate with that. So the purpose of this is to have the Kiwanis Club support their local service club at the high school or middle school to provide the books to inspire these youth to look at what this book inspires in them, and then to have them come up with a design, or better yet, our opportunity to volunteer and to participate in an activity. Like I said, they can go out and say a litter campaign, like we did when I was Rotary president. We chose one of the avenues near our high school, and we went out and cleaned up the entire place. So these are things that every high school or middle school can participate with, and is inspired through the use of the book.
I got, I really am so excited. And I was rumbling around looking for my copy of my book because I keep one in my car. I know that you think that's bizarre, but I never know who I'm going to be able to talk to. And I was really fortunate, and I keep saying I like it's all about me. It's really not. But this book made me so excited. I raced back out to my truck when Hoda Copy was in the barn, and I had to show her my book. And I literally gave her a copy of your book because I see this as one of the most inspirational tools that we can use. And so with Builders Club, it would be getting them as a gift as you start the new semester and going through each module once a month. And starting with the very first part is talking about, for our little group, they're going to first start talking about why it's so important to make America beautiful and doing a cleanup project at the end of the month. And so we'll end the school year where you're starting. We'll end the school year with all of the students in our Key Club, our Circle K, our Builders Club, and our Kiwanians actually doing a mural that leads into town on a wall that keeps getting tagged.
It's so wonderful. I mean, I have to share. I shared one of the books. We've actually done about three cases have gone out already within the last week and a half. I've personally signed about 60 copies for individuals of the 600 that I've designated. And one of the gentlemen who got a copy had let his child, who was 12 years old, and his 5-year-old read the book. And the coolest part about it, the kid was so excited. He told us that, "Hey, Dad, there's a page in here. This is one of those history beat questions I got right, which was, talk about the Louisiana Purchase." And he's like, "Dad, this is a cool book." And I mean, that right there, that excitement and that engagement of the family. And, and I shared with the father, there was more layers to what we were doing inside the book. He goes, "Know what, Andre? I'm going to have to get this for several of my family members. Let them know how amazing this book is." And this to share, it's apolitical, so it's all about the patriotism and all the national facts about what our country truly means and the essence thereof. And it's, like I said, engagement. And again, being a volunteer myself, being a person who's been on nonprofit organizations, I see the value of what we offer to these organizations. And my way was to say, I look at the demographics of our clubs as they get older, and I wanted to bring a bridge to allow us to be able to engage our youth. And this is what this book is, a gateway of us sharing our history, sharing our experiences, and then at the same time empowering and mentoring our next generation of leaders, because they're coming, and we need to provide them a pathway to show how we continue to volunteer and serve our community.
Judy Goat asks in the chat room, although Douglas or not just, John flipped it over. Judy was asking where to purchase some of the books, and John reshared Douglas's message, literaryengineers.com.
That is correct. So we have a special page called literaryengineers.com/ATB, America the Beautiful, _K. So you can go find that special link that talks about this initiative to, inspire our clubs to give back and to help, and to show a spotlight to our communities, to see our youth out there doing positive things. I mean, just imagine within our community, seeing our kids, i.e. picking up paper, recycling, clean water projects, wherever their demographics or where they live, they can make this book adjusted to whatever they want it to be. So my thing was, this is just a primer. This is just a motivator. This is just a spark. And I thank all of you for the support, for allowing me to share this passion of mine. I'm very fortunate and blessed that my daughters are now, 23, 24, and 26. They've gone on and done some positive things. And I want to instill this same kind of esprit de corps into our community and say that we are all part of this beautiful country we call America. And we can make it so beautiful if we each take the opportunity to do something positive each day.
It's like that. It's like the old riddle, like how do you eat an elephant? And it's one bite at a time. Well, if we want to make a positive impact, you're not going to be able to swallow the world in one shot. It takes steps. We got to start somewhere. And this book and the concepts within there, I believe we have a copy. I know we brought up a copy before, but do we not have the one with the superheroes as well? Did we want to talk about that, Val? There you go. Do we want to...
so cool.
One of my favorite pages.
You guys getting me all excited again. So when I was working with my illustrator, I said, I want kids to volunteer and be excited to do so. I want our Kiwanis clubs, and our Key Clubbers, Builders Clubs, to realize that they're truly superheroes. This is what we do. We go out into the world to change it and make it better. And so to give a dedication to the Marvel franchise, I put all my characters in these cool superhero poses and show the action through our illustrations of them volunteering to go out and serve.
And, for me, because I keep going back to me, I see one of those superheroes looks just like me. So I was like, Andre was thinking about me. But I just think service is, it is a superpower. Being able to give back in the community. And when I look at the graphics in this book, it makes me so excited because everything that you do is inclusive and representative of our communities. I noticed we had an homage to Action Club in some of the pictures that are there. And for people who don't know what Action Club is, it is adults with special needs that are their own part of the Kiwanis family. And we have something called special games in the area where Andre and I live in the country. And their shirts are yellow. And you'll notice in this book, when you buy one, the shirts are yellow. And so it just makes you go,
Well, Val, and that's the thing about this book that I loved. I made sure that every child who and every person that picks up this book, they can see themselves in it. And I think that's important because no child should be left behind in the ability to believe in a dream and think that it can contribute to our community and to our society. So that's what was really important for me to make sure that was there. And as you know, I when people read this book, it's amazing. When they go through the first time, they see the historical aspects of things, they understand it. But then when they go through again, every time they read this book, they see something they did not see before. You and I have talked about this, how exciting it is to see how the illustrations are telling so much more of a deeper story that allows even the clubs are going to be able to go delve deeper into this thing as a pathway when they look at, oh, wait a minute, what did George Washington do? Well, how many colonies actually supported, the Declaration of Independence? Well, how did Paul Revere? All those things encoded into the book. It's just a beautiful love story to America.
So I think that that's a perfect way for us to wrap up our very
Service Spotlight Project.
first service spotlight, knowing that. Did I freeze again?
You froze. You're now you're just a little out of sync right now, but we got you.
Okay. I am just so excited that you're there and that every club in the Kiwanis world can apply for a micro grant in their local districts and apply for a micro grant with Kiwanis International to defray the cost so that this could basically cost you nothing to get 30 books into the hands of your builders club, your key club, and really focus in on our object of Kiwanis that talks about patriotism and service. So thank you, Andre, and Happy New Year.
Thank you,
thank you
Andre.
very much, Val. Thanks, Aaron. And again, I thank all the clubs out there that are continuing to do the work. Thank you in advance for your support. As a single member LLC, this book was created and funded all by myself because of what my beliefs are and how important this year is of 2026 to commemorate the 25th birthday of America. So I thank you in advance for all of your support.
Right on. Thank you, Andre. Appreciate you stopping by, sir. All right. We are down to about 6.5 minutes left. Val, where would you like to go? Do we want to go to Melissa?
Let's go to Melissa, and then we'll walk ourselves out with your bad dad jokes.
All right. Sounds like a plan. All right. With that, Melissa Atwell, the mental health moment.
Hi, I'm Melissa Atwell, here with your mental health moment. Let's talk about small wins and progress. A win is a win. It does not matter how small or big it is, but what we do need to do is celebrate it. Talk to people about it. Small wins are real wins. Celebrate them. Remember, take a moment for your mental health.
All right. Thank you, Melissa. As always, our first message of the year. Shout out to Hillary Truman here from Virginia Beach, member of my temple. She has joined us in the room, is watching a little bit of the show. There you go. And everybody out there, we thank you for making us part of your day. All right, Doc Val, are you ready?
I am. I think I'm ready for a really good belly laugh at this point in time.
All right.
Bring it on.
For 2026. It is New Year's 2026, so what better theme to have for bad dad jokes than New Year's Eve jokes or New Year's Day jokes, right? All right, here you go. First one. What is the digital camera's New Year's resolution? Anybody? What is the digital camera's New Year resolution? 1080p. Resolution, camera? No? Okay. What is a New Year's resolution, for that matter? What is a New Year's resolution? It is something that goes in one year and out the other. That's right. Do you make New Year's resolutions, Doc Val?
I do, actually. I do my goals for the year. So.
Okay. But are goals really New Year's resolutions?
For me, they are because I read them every day.
There you go. All right. What's the worst part? What's the worst part of jogging on New Year's Eve? What's the
Exercise?
It didn't say what's the worst part of jogging. It was worst part of jogging on New Year's Eve. You know what the worst part is? The ice falling out of your drink. That's the worst part about jogging on New Year's Eve. All right. I knew one of those would get you. What was the Amityville Priest resolution this year? The Amityville Priest resolution. The Amityville's Priest resolution was to exercise more. Exercise. Priest, Amityville, no? Okay. Hello, is this thing working? I don't know. Hey, what was Dr. Frankenstein's New Year's resolution? What was Dr. Frankenstein's New Year's resolution? Well, if you knew Dr. Frankenstein, you knew he needed to make new friends. That's right. You make your own in the laboratory. That's right. I said it. All right. What New Year's resolution should a basketball player never make? What New Year's resolution should a basketball player never, ever make? Are you a basketball fan, Val? I know you are.
I am just all sports. Love sports. All right, bring it on.
So the New Year's resolution a basketball player should never make is to travel more. Right? What's the best way to make an egg roll on New Year's Eve? What's the best way to make an egg roll on New Year's Eve? Hillary got the Dr. Frankenstein joke right. She put it in there, make more friends. The best way to make an egg roll on New Year's Eve, just push it. That's how you make an egg roll. Just push the damn thing. 2 more to go, and then we're out of here for the first. Why is partying in Times Square overrated? Why is partying in Times Square overrated? Happy New Year, Chiefy. Partying in Times Square is overrated because they drop the ball every year. See, overrated, you drop the ball. Okay, never mind. Here you go.
Well, and this year they dropped it twice.
Did they really?
Yeah.
What happened? I missed. I was asleep.
They did a second ball drop for the birthday for America 250.
See, I was asleep. I only went as far as 11:30. I couldn't go anymore. All right, here you go. Last one. What's the easiest way to keep your New Year's resolution to, ironically, let me preface this again, ironically, with Andre just on, what's the easiest way to keep your New Year's resolution to read more? Besides buying his books? What's the easiest way to keep your New Year's resolutions to read more? Watch TV with subtitles. There you have it. That does it for this year's New Year's. Really bad dad jokes for 2026. I admit they were bad. But hey, if you expect good ones, that's why they're not called bad dad jokes. All right. That does it for our first show for 2026, Doc Val. Final thoughts as we wrap it up.
Well, this year we're going into the year of the fire horse. And so if anybody knows anything about Chinese zodiac symbols, the fire horse is the most prominent, most active year. It happens once every 60 years. And this year we are going to knock it out of the park with Kiwanis Connects. We will be all over the world. And I can't wait to see all the amazing things that we'll accomplish as Kiwanians.
Absolutely. And if you want to stay in tune to all that is done, y'all better stay tuned to Kiwanis Connects for 2026. We are in year 3, which means later on this year, we're going to enter our 4th season for Kiwanis Connects under the current iteration. All right. First of all, thank you to all of our guests who popped in, Becky and Vanessa and Andre. Thank you so much for jumping in there. And of course, for all of you out there spending a little bit of your Friday with us, we thank you. Quick reminder, programming note, tomorrow, Aaron's Hour, first show of 2026, is going to be yours truly with special in-studio guest, John Stiles. I have scraped the bottom of the barrel because I have nobody else scheduled real quickly. So John and I, we're going to reminisce about 2025. We're going to talk about New Year's resolutions, and we're going to talk about how New Year's resolutions even got started in the first place. Kiwanis Rose Float, first annual golf classic, is coming up March 5th and 6th. Check out the website. Kiwanis Rose Float, golfclassic.com. Get in now. With that, be kind to everybody. Why? We're all we have. Thank you for watching.